Welcome back to Perfect Shine of Jacks. Today we have a 2009 Buick Lucerne CX. The customer just purchased it and wants to make this 2009 look like a 2025. The car is actually in beautiful shape. It just needs a little bit of paint work. After washing it, and I'm going to bring you in close here, you'll notice there are a lot of these orange dots all over the hood, and actually they're all over the whole vehicle. I'll bring you in close here and show you the vehicle's been washed, and this part was not washing off, and I knew what it was. I'm bringing you in close. In just a minute, we're going to spray some iron remover on it, or brake dust remover, and we'll put it on, and then we're going to clay the vehicle. But by spraying this on, the chemical reaction between it and iron or brake dust is that it will turn it purple. And on a white vehicle like this, it will be very easy to tell. So I'm going to bring in close, and as you can see, it takes about a minute for the chemical reaction, and suddenly all of this white paint is bleeding purple. And that's because it is basically covered in brake dust. I fully anticipated that. It's an older vehicle. So we're going to get to work spraying the iron remover and the claying the vehicle to remove all the above surface contaminants. Now that I've brought it inside, you can see on the glass here, we've got a lot of hard water, which again, I could tell. And this white just doesn't really jump out to me. I can tell that there's just a layer of hard water and a lot of car wash scratches in the paint, keeping the paint from really being as glossy and reflective as it can be. And as soon as I can get the white balance adjusted on the camera here, I'm going to bring you in close and you'll see what I'm talking about. Just a lot of hard water, just kind of a cloud layer, if you will, that is over the paint, just keeping it from really looking very white or very rich and glossy. And in a minute here, I'm going to put the gloss meter on it, and we're going to get a reading on it. And as I anticipated, we're in the low 80s, which tells me the paint is not very reflective. That's what the gloss meter tells us. And basically, as I'm checking around the hood here, we're in those low 80s, and that's not really all that great. So the vehicle has plenty of potential, and we are going to get to work on it. Also, these headlights, the owner had pointed out to me that, if nothing else, the headlights make the vehicle look a little bit old. So we're also going to work on those headlights, and we're going to make those look brand new also. So we are going to get started. My goal here is not to remove every single scratch that's in the paint, but to remove all the hard water, that scum layer that's on it, and try and get at least 50 to 75% of the scratches gone. If I can do this, we're going to make this paint super reflective, very deep, rich, and glossy. And if we can get it there, we're going to ceramic coat it to keep it that way for years to come. So again, not trying to get every scratch out. White does hide scratches pretty good. It's like silver. But when you've got as many scratches in the paint as this car does, then it looks a little fuzzy. And I can just tell from looking at it, it's a beautiful car, but it could have a lot more curb appeal. So we're going to get to work. I'm using a 21 millimeter polisher here, which will cut through most of those scratches, and more importantly, all of the hard water and all the other stuff that's on this paint that's etched its way in there. Cut it out of there and bring us up to a really high gloss and shine. Just take some time and patience, and we're going to be working on this most of the day. We're also going to polish all of the glass because I can tell there's fair amount of hard water and kind of a scum layer on that too that really needs to be polished off in order to really have great visibility. The other thing, once we're done and this is ceramic coated, this vehicle will clean up effortlessly, and really it's going to look like a 2025 when I'm done with it. As you can see here, I have put a tape line on the vehicle, and that's so that we've got kind of a a little demarcation line so that we can tell the part we did from the part we didn't. It'll be a little more dramatic on film. So once I'm done here, I'll bring you in close and we'll bring the gloss meter back. My goal is always to get it as close to or at 100 if at all possible. And I'm absolutely certain with this vehicle we'll be able to get there. It is in stunning condition, it's very low miles, and I have done several vehicles for this customer. So I was his first phone call after he picked it up. He said, hey, I need you to work your magic. I just got this for my wife, and I know her, and she's a fantastic lady, and so I'm going to do my best here. And as you can see, we bring it in here. We have now got that gloss meter reading up over 100, which is absolutely stunning. I've got this camera mounted to a headset on my head, and I'm still trying to get used to it, and I apologize for my finger being in the way. But as you can tell from the gloss meter reading, we have really got this paint jumping. So I'll remove that tape line and then bring you in close, and you'll really be able to see the difference now. As I zoom in on it, here's the nice crystal clear paint we've polished. And as I cross over that tape line, you can see just how fuzzy the rest of this paint is. And that's just from years of hard water, automatic car washes, and anything else that's fallen on it. Look how crisp and clear it is, and now how hazy it is. So there's quite a difference there, and this car is really going to jump. As we come into the fenders here and I get it adjusted, again, you can see all of the swirls and scratches from an automatic car wash and just a lot of hard water that's on here, which really is just taken away from the beauty of it. I see this every day. It's kind of the normal thing. If you watch any of my videos, it seems like every car is covered in it. And now that I've done some polishing on that fender, again, you can see that cloud layer has been lifted. Maybe not every scratch gone, but we've definitely got the hard water off. So it is absolutely beautiful. So we've got our work cut out for us on the rest of this. I'm really happy with the way it's coming out. Going to take a little bit of time, but we're going to get it done. Here on the driver's door, again, same thing. Lots of scratches, lots of hard water. Same with the mirror. You know, if it's on the glass, it's on the rest of the paint too. So we know what we have to do. I've tried out a few different pads. I'm pretty happy with the way all of them are working out. So it's kind of detailer's choice today. Whatever polisher I want to use, I know which pad I'm going to have to use to reach the level of success I'm after. Same with these mirrors here. Be able to get them dialed in. And once we get this ceramic coated, it is going to be absolutely stunning. I'm certain she's going to be happy with it. As we come in on the B pillars here, again, you can tell there's kind of a cloud layer over them too. They're all hazed over. And again, this has already been washed and cleaned up. So we're going to do some polishing on those too to bring those back to life. As we come back here on the rear trunk lid, same thing. You can see we're in the 80s and just what I expect. I can tell just from looking at the paint. It probably doesn't show up on camera, but I can tell just from looking at it that the paint is just, needs a bit of exfoliation. So we see what the trunk lid is, and again, that's kind of what I expected. And I'm gonna go at it with the rotary on this end. I tend to get a couple points higher on the gloss meter when I use the rotary. So we're gonna use the rotary on this one, and I'm getting my polish spread around, and now we'll take it nice and slow. And I think with this, we should be able to see a couple points higher on the gloss meter. The rotary just does it. I don't know what the magic is, but it happens. So I'll run with it. We're using a Rupes Blue Coarse Waffle Pad. And again, one of my favorites for the rotary. Does a really good job and tends to not throw a lot of polish out on everything else. So we can do it without creating too big of a mess. So we're going to work this really slow. There are a tremendous amount of swirls and scratches in this trunk lid. It looks like whoever had it used to set their groceries on the trunk lid and before going in the house, and because you can tell there's some deep ones in there. So we'll work it, we'll get it up to speed, and now we're going to come up behind it with a red jeweling pad. I have to do that because the aggressive pads like the one I just had on is going to leave some holograms in it. So I'm going to put this jeweling pad on, and again, it is really going to bring that gloss meter reading a bit higher. So we're going to work it, jewel this paint, maybe not removing every scratch, but that's okay. We're going to get most of them out and take off all of the hard water, which is just keeping this looking from being a really beautiful car. I'm certain everybody that sees this car is going to think it must have just came out of storage because it looks absolutely stunning. There's just no way it could be a 16-year-old vehicle. All right, and now we're coming in on the gloss meter, and as I predicted, we are several points higher here. We're above 100, and I am really ecstatic about that. And over here on this side where I have not polished, you can still see we're in the mid-80s. And I'll bring the light in on this, and we'll be able to get a closer look at what we're working with and what we haven't done yet. Okay, so you can see where I have not polished. Again, lots of swirls and scratches and that hazy layer of hard water. And as I cross the line, nice and crisp and clear. Very, very glossy. So really happy with that. I'll cross back over again. You can see a dramatic difference there. So this car is really going to pop once we're done with it. You can just see it, hazy, and beautiful. Yep. There's a big difference there. Nothing wrong with buying a used car. Put a little money in it, bring it over to me. I'll work my magic, and we will make it beautiful. We've got these B pillars looking pretty good now. Not perfect, but looking just tremendously better than it was. I think I may end up polishing them one more time. Okay, so here's our headlights. We're on the passenger side, and as you can see, it needs some love. So we're going to get to work sanding on this to sand off all of that oxidized gel coat. It'll be several steps. I'll just bring you in for one of them just to give you the bird's eye view of what we've got to do here to turn these headlights into brand new. And we can do that. And once we're done sanding them and getting it all polished back to new, we're going to put a ceramic coating on specifically for headlights, and it will keep them looking that way for probably at least 3 or 4 years. And that's really the protection against the sun fading them again. So we'll get to work on that. I'll bring you back in here on the engine. We've got this all dialed in. Absolutely beautiful. This car looks like it just rolled off the production floor. Got everything all cleaned up. Looking really nice. And now here is the final product. Check out those headlights, all ceramic coated, beautiful, well protected from the sun. And we have ceramic coated this entire car with C6 Hydro Lite. This is a ceramic coating rated for 6 years and requires no maintenance. It is a stunning ceramic coating, very user-friendly. And again, you can tell the gloss and shine and reflectivity on this. With the C6 ceramic coating on it, it will be effortless to maintain. This does not require any toppers, and it is super slippery. Very slick, glossy, very nice. You can see that in the reflection there. We got those mirrors all polished up. All of the glass has been polished. And we ceramic coated the front windshield so that she will not need to use her wipers in the rain. All of that glass has been polished and dialed in, as has that B-pillar. And we have turned this 2009 Buick into a 2025. I would put this next to any brand new car on the lot and challenge you to tell me which one looked better. That trunk lid, absolutely gorgeous. incredible gloss and reflection. Got everything cleaned up. Really scrubbed up those tires, especially the barrels, and got those all cleaned up. So if you're in Yulee or Fernandina Beach, Amelia Island, South Georgia, or Jacksonville, and you just bought a new used car, it's new to you, but you want it to look new, I can do that. I can turn it around, and just like this one, I can dial it in and make everybody think it's a brand new car. With a ceramic coating on it, it will keep it that way for years to come with effortless maintenance. Or if you want, we can just put a wax or a paint sealant on it. Absolutely beautiful. We do boats and motorhomes as well. I've got quite a few videos on there, on YouTube as well. So 904-575-0258 is the number to call. On the web, perfectshineofjacks.com. If you got some value out of this, hit the like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.